The lawn dart, the world's most dangerous toy. Sometimes also known as the jart, which I believe is a portmanteau of "just kidding bro, I didn't mean to penetrate your skull with that dart." Since the 1980s, they have been outlawed in both the US and Canada. Let's make a set. What's up, nerds? So this is what I call a Lazarus project. A Lazarus project is something I put on the back burner for a couple of weeks several years ago and have now decided to resurrect. I made this Frankenstein version of a lawn dart back in 2018 to choose winners for a giveaway, and it didn't work at all. It's the worst thing I've ever made. Turned out, it was harder to make a lawn dart than I thought. But I have learned a lot since then, and yesterday I picked up some offcuts from my metal supplier, and I've decided to give it another go. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Now, I'm not entirely sure what my thinking was with this one. It looks like I just tack welded some threaded rod for the handle and then did the same with a short piece that I sharpened here on this end. But for this iteration, I'm going to, this is terribly off center. I'm going to run this 1/4-inch rod through the weighted bit like this. And I've done virtually zero research for this. I wanted to go in blind and just see what happened, see what I could come up with. I basically took the first picture that came up though. I'm kind of basing it on that. Although I did read that they were 12 to 13 inches long. I'm going with 13 because, well, usually the worse the luck, the better the video. I always forget the ground wire. Ah! That was a little much. It's been a while since I welded. What did I have that set to? Nah. Woo. Good enough for iteration 1. So the biggest problem I had with this was it was just too heavy. I made these fins out of MDF, which is a relatively heavy material, and I had decided to attach them with brackets. I welded these on and bolted the fins to them, presumably so I could make these replaceable. I do remember now, I had added this piece of steel tubing over the rod at the front here to give it some more weight at the end, but it didn't help that much. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is use a lighter material for these fins. I've got some 1/8" PVC sheet that I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna trace the fins off the photo I've been using here. Oh, you know what? These are angled away from me in the photo, so this is probably a little wider. That looks about right. So for the record, this is the second time I'm cutting these out because I thought I was turning the camera on when I was turning it off. So yeah, I've got 6 of these to work with now. And normally I would, I'd probably try attaching these with some Total Boat Thixo epoxy, but I don't want to wait for that to cure. So I'm going to try some Total Bond thick CA glue. Where's the rod? Where's the rod? It was right here with this one. How did it get back here? Oh, okay. Come on. What? I forgot I had left my bottles laying sideways in a hot truck and it's gummed everything up. This is not going as well as I'd hoped. This is the last video of the year, and I'm trying to get it in at the last minute. Should have gone with 12. All right, okay. No, please don't go everywhere. I forgot I was supposed to ask Total Boat to send me new bottles. There we go. Oh, okay. All right. No idea if this is gonna work. If you aren't familiar with stuff like this, by the way, this is an accelerator. It makes CA glue or super glue dry super fast. All right, yeah, that'll work well enough for a prototype. And I'm just gotta kind of eyeball 120 degrees. Oh, that is way off. I'm almost out of accelerator too. Oh, that's stronger than I thought. And I can even add a fillet of glue here to help strengthen it. All right, let's see how she flies. Okay, I had imagined a little more elaborate camera setup, but there's very little light left. So what I've done is I've just thrown down my action camera and an old phone, and I'm gonna stick them behind this dusty face shield. All right, here we go. Oh no. I'm not getting this project in on time, am I? Okay, for the record, the glue held strong. It was the PVC that snapped, but I've glued it up again, and I'm gonna give it one more try. Maybe it's my throwing technique. Oh, that's stuck. I gotta do that again. Oh, well, maybe it was a fluke. All right, one more try. Whoa! I am shocked. I gotta try that again. Oh, nope. Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Sorry, apparently I can't count. That was 2 out of 4. So I was hoping to analyze the footage, you know, like I work in aeronautics, but the phone camera on the ground fell over and I didn't notice. The slow-mo action cam, it caught the landings, but not the flight. So that's not much use at all. I was able to catch the flight from the point of view camera. And it looks like, even though I had a 50% success rate there, I think those were total luck. because all this thing did was just tumble in the air. Having played with these as a kid, I seem to remember them being a lot more stable, but also I was the kid who mostly just threw them straight up in the air and ran. So a couple of things I'm gonna try for iteration 2. I'm gonna put more weight at the end here, and I'm definitely not using PVC because this stuff just snaps. I don't know what I'm gonna use, but I'll figure that out. Here's a fun fact about me. Whenever I'm improvising a project like this, going through all the steps, I've got the A-Team theme song running through my head the whole time. Remember every episode when they were going through the montage of setting up some elaborate trap? I miss the old Mike Post theme songs. This entire episode, by the way, is entirely for Generation X. All right, so I took the weight at the end and I went from 5/8 diameter material to 3/4. That's the biggest I've got, but I also doubled the length from 1 inch to 2 inches. So that's a pretty significant weight increase. Also, I went up in the loft and dug around and I found some styrene sheet. Oh, look at this. It's only 40 thousandths thick, but it's seems pretty stiff, and I think it's gonna be more durable than the PVC. I also increased the dimensions of the fins 30%, which actually gives me a 70% increase in area, and I have moved the fins further up on the shaft. Now, I don't know if any of that is actually gonna make any difference, but hey, that's science. You remember what I said in the last video about a shell of super glue? Oh, now that is starting to look kind of sexy. I can feel the rejection coming from it already. But is it any improvement in performance? And speaking of performance, don't worry, this is not going where you think it is. I've been wearing my BAMBU socks in the workshop all day, and they are the right amount of stretchy and cushiony. I think I'm done buying socks in bulk. I've tried both their merino wool blend and their standard men's solids, and I can definitely tell a difference from my old socks, especially being on my feet all day. And they have multiple styles, blends, and lengths to choose from for both men and women. Plus, with Bombas, 1 purchase equals 1 donated. For every item you buy from Bombas, socks, t-shirts, underwear, they will donate in kind. To date, Bombas has donated over 150 million essential clothing items to those in need. I also picked up a pair of their men's Sunday slippers. I never considered myself a slipper person before, but I think now these, a jug of adult cider, and this summer sausage are how I'm spending the remainder of the year. New customers get 20% off their first purchase. Just go to bombas.com/Wesley and use code Wesley20 at checkout. And buy with confidence with their happiness guarantee. Free returns and exchanges, even if your dog eats those slippers. Or your cat. Let's not leave out cat people. No guarantees on that summer sausage. I made this in my last video. You should check it out. Okay, so it's light outside again, but it's also very windy. I'm gonna have to do this in the shop. It's a disaster in here, much like this whole video, but I've cleared as much room as I can. I put down some foam, and regulation lawn dart says 35 feet. I can get about 30, but as I've already proven, my aim is for But I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty good about this one. All right, I got 5 cameras set up, so I should be able to get at least 1 good shot. I'm gonna go right through my roll-up door. Oh, that was great. Oh, look at that. That's a perfect stick. You know what? I should probably lock this door. Somebody could walk right through there. All right, we got to do this a few more times. Again, that could have just been a fluke. Ah, didn't stick, but I don't know. I think it's getting pretty much point down. Might need to go a little higher. That one was good. Oh! Seriously? Already? Broke a fin. Okay, I widened my target area and I've glued the fin back on. That's something to note for the final version, by the way. Replaceable fins. All right, let's get some more data here. Not bad. Yeah. Another quick fin repair. It's the most exercise I've gotten in months. Okay. All right, you know what? Clearly the fin, I'm gonna have to redesign the fin attachment, but I think that's enough to conclude that design works. I really thought I'd have to do a couple more iterations after this, but let's let's work on the final design. Yeah. Looks like I'm gonna get to test that BAMBU's happiness guarantee. Ow. Nah, I really got to get a machining lathe. Now, as for the fins, rather than making individual fins like before, I modeled them up as one fin assembly. I then printed that up on my BAMBU Lab X1 Carbon. I still love this printer, by the way. And there's an affiliate link down below if you're planning on getting anything from BAMBU Lab's website and you want to help support this channel. I printed one in just regular PLA to test the model, and then I printed two more in ASA, which is supposed to be more impact resistant. I'm just going to use all three of these as is and see how they work out. And I went by the hardware store Got myself some vinyl tubing. Thought it might make the handle a little more comfortable. All right, let's see if all that practice did me any good. Nope. Try again. Well, I got one. I think they need sharpening. All right, one more go. That does not count. Nope. These are not flying the same way. All right. Oh no. All right, turns out I just suck. See, they totally stick. But you know what? I think I'm gonna get a lot more practice. These are taking me back. These are fun, although I've already broken them. But what's interesting is the two ASA sets of fins that have broken.
Okay, let's get nerdy about this. I was able to take a couple of days off around Christmas. First, to host a nasty cold, but also I took some time to review the footage of my flight tests, and it turns out I do not suck as bad as I thought. The darts are pitching down on the other side of the arc, which means the fins are doing their job. The problem is they continue to pitch forward before landing. If you watch the previous tests, you can see the dart stay parallel with the arc, firmly planting itself in the foam. But the final set pitches a bit too far, which means they almost always end up tumbling forward after landing. You can see the ones that do end up sticking end up with the handle pointed away from me. I weighed the two versions, and this one ends up about 15 grams heavier, which is only about the weight of this X-Acto knife, but it's just enough apparently to throw this off balance. I knew the 3D printed version was going to be a little bit heavier, but I didn't appreciate that such a small change would make such a difference. But I've already got ideas how to fix this, so I think I'm gonna have to revisit this project. I've also got a list of other improvements I'd like to test out, but if you guys have any ideas, let me know down in the comments. So I wanna thank you guys for a terrific year. Thank you for all the support. I'm gonna be taking a little bit of time off here, but I should be back in January with something new. In the meantime, go out there, have some fun, experiment with something new, and I'll see you in the new year. Later, nerds. Ah.